Today, we're going to go check out a hidden treasure. It's one of the most important collections of historic instruments in the Midwest, and it's right here in Evansville, Indiana. This collection's not in a museum. It's right here at More Guitars. On your first visit, it can be hard to tell the historic collection from the beautiful instruments that More Guitars sells every day. Like, these custom shop pieces are worthy of a museum. But as you're browsing, you'll suddenly find yourself standing in front of Eric Clapton's guitar, Hank Williams Sr.'s fiddle, or Leslie West's amplifier. And those are just the appetizers. Wait till you see the entrees. Well, I am here with Corey and Rob, co-managers of More Guitars. I am blown away by what you have done with the gallery here. Can you tell us a little bit about how this all came together?
This is something that's been in the planning stages for several years. Our owner has been collecting since the early discussions about doing this. So, 5 or 6 years he's been collecting gear through different sources, and the timing was right. It was time to do it and show the world what we got.
We've seen him curate this collection through his love of these artists. And pretty well everything that's been picked out to be displayed is something that is close to him or close to us. Lots of Hall of Fame rock and rollers that everybody grew up with.
Izzy Stradlin's ES-175 over there in the case. I saw that guitar every day of my life during my high school years. Having that guitar in this store right now still kind of blows my mind.
Very seldom are we given the opportunity to hang out with not only such cool guitars in one space, but you can actually hook something up right next to it and try it out and make your own dreams in here. It is such a relaxed space. We want everyone to take their time in here. We're glad to have everybody in here. That's why this space has been created, was for guitar players to drill a little bit, get to play a little bit, and get to talk shop with people that know what they're talking about.
Would you all take me around? I'd love to see what your favorite pieces are.
Can't wait to show you.
Tell me about this beautiful guitar we got here.
Well, we are proud to be conservators of several Rock and Roll Hall of Fame musicians' instruments, including this 1987 Gibson ES-175D that belonged to Izzy Stradlin. He got this in '87. He famously got, him and Slash got some guitars from a very famous music shop there in LA. Didn't pay a whole lot of money for it, but they wrote and recorded Appetite for Destruction on these instruments. This particular instrument has been photographed both with and without the pick guard. Usually when he had dressed up photos, they'd throw the black pick guard on there, and then when he went to go play a lot of shows, they would pop it off. I think he didn't like having it there. One of the first things that I looked at was Izzy always had lots of bracelets and bangles on his wrists. I wanted to see what that did to Gibson ES-175. Come to find out, it knocks a little bit of the finish off of the binding, but doesn't scratch it up too bad.
Is this what I think it is?
It's exactly what you think it is. What do you think it is?
It's got to be an Eddie guitar, right?
Yeah. So this is pretty special. I almost tear up talking about this one. This is a guitar that Eddie Van Halen striped himself. Charvel painted it. He played it live in a Van Halen show August 14th, 2004 in Fresno, California. This is pre the EVH brand that we all know now. That didn't officially take effect until 2007. So this was part of the development of that EVH brand that's its own thing now as part of Fender, which also owns Charvel. I don't know how many of them exactly there were, but they were all, everyone was unique. Everyone was striped by Eddie, painted by Charvel, signed and played. Trivia, Do you know where the original Bumblebee, Eddie Van Halen Bumblebee black and yellow guitar is? When Dimebag Darrell from Pantera passed away, it was known that he was a huge Van Halen fan. I don't know exactly how it was that they were going to bury him with a black and yellow striped guitar, but when Eddie Van Halen found out about that, he said it's not just going to be any one, it's going to be the one. So the original Bumblebee guitar is buried with Dimebag Darrell.
That one that we saw on the cover of Van Halen
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, Corey, you led me over here. Is this like a new performance venue that you've got in the store?
This is something special. I think this is kind of the crown jewel of what we have. This stage gear, most of it, we did take a few embellishments, but most of this stage gear came from the Allman Brothers band when they retired, including Greg Allman's Hammond B3 and Leslie cabinet that he got sometime in the late 80s, we think around 86, and when he stopped playing in 2015, this one was in the case that was labeled Main Number 1. So this is the main Hammond B3 and Leslie cabinet that Greg Allman played for the later years of his career.
And the cases, the stuff we see back there?
Yes, so we got to go through these cases and take a look, and these cases are just how they left them when they retired off the road as the Allman Brothers band. But we did find some really, really cool stuff, like some shoes that were in J-Mo and Mark Quinones's locker.
This is basically the majority of what you would see on the stage at their last concerts,
Absolutely. It is really our privilege to be able to offer people the opportunity to get this up close and personal with it.
All right, Rob, so you've brought me over here to an old Vibroverb amp.
So this is one of the key pieces in our collection here at More Guitars in the Gallery, and it's the one that people seem to miss the most because it's right in the front entry area, and I think people, you walk in and you have such a scope of everything that's in the building and you immediately go right or left, but this is a special amp, and again, I would say the key piece in our collection. What's unique about it is that it's a 64 Fender Vibroverb, blackface, pre-CBS, with a 15-inch speaker in it, which is pretty rare. They didn't make a whole lot of those to begin with.
Yeah.
So that's pretty special in and of itself. But what makes it even more special is that it was owned and played by Mr. Stevie Ray Vaughan.
You're kidding me.
I kid you not. This was, Stevie favored the Vibroverbs early in his career. We're looking probably early 80s, mid 80s. Owned a few of them. This was one of them that, from what I understood, was in his main arsenal. We know for a fact it was used on the David Bowie tracks that he recorded for Bowie, and we assume that this was part of his regular live rig for some time.
Are we looking at his amp settings here, do we know?
Doubtful.
That 10 on the volume looks familiar.
I'm actually doing some research right now on this, just diving a little deeper into this amp and finding out everything I can find. Right now for a blog that I intend to write about the amp.
This is incredible. I have never seen one of Stevie's amps on display anywhere.
Yeah, and he used so many throughout his career, it's kind of, it is a little difficult to kind of nail down what was used when.
Are there any mods that you noticed right off the bat?
The only one that's visible right now is this would have came with a 15-inch JBL speaker, but which it has a 15-inch JBL, but not the original. Stevie had a tendency to blow those 15-inch JBLs pretty easily. They eventually upgraded to Electro Voice speakers, but in the interim, they were using a speaker from JBL, the E130, which is pretty much their beefiest speaker that they make.
Oh, Rob, that's just incredible. Yeah, I see why this is one of your favorites.
It's definitely one that you have to check out and stand as close as you can to it and try to capture some mojo rays off of, because it's putting them out for sure.
And what I like best about the gallery is you can take this all in at your own pace. And if you have any questions about any of the exhibits, you can talk to Rob, Corey, or Scott. They know the whole story behind every piece that's on display here. The gallery at More Guitars is open Monday through Friday from noon to 6 p.m. and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. You need to get down here and see this. This is definitely a hidden treasure here in the Midwest, and you may find the guitar of your dreams while you're looking at the historic collection. And here's some more exciting news. Brett, the owner, has agreed to let some of these historic instruments be played one final time, and we're going to be there filming when that happens. So hit the subscribe button and keep your eyes peeled for upcoming videos where you can hear Stevie Ray Vaughan's amp, Eddie Van Halen's guitar, Greg Allman's B3 organ. Who else does stuff like this? Only More Guitars.